This video is number 4 in the series titled, The Secrets of Life. According to Darwin's theory of evolution, human beings evolved from a single cell floating in the ocean. This picture shows an example single cell. The green outside part of the cell is the main body of the cell. The red part of the cell is called the nucleus. Darwin's theory of evolution and scientific knowledge about single cells did not happen until relatively late in human history. Human beings had to gain science knowledge before they could develop the concept of a single cell. Then human beings had to develop the ability to build scientific instruments before they could verify the existence of the single cell. Therefore, anything that indicated that ancient people knew they were evolved from a single cell, or that they even knew about the existence of single cells, would be quite startling. How could ancient people know about single cells, or that human beings evolved from a single cell, if they did not have modern science theories or modern investigative equipment? Here is a picture of the single cell superimposed on a circular computer model shape. If the single cell was going to move a piece of itself, how would it do that? The single cell might move by extruding a piece of itself outwards from the main body of the cell, as shown in this animation. The part of the cell sticking out from the main cell body will be called a pseudopod. Please take a moment to observe the main body of the cell with the pseudopod sticking out from it to form an impression of what you are looking at. There are only 3 things to see. There is the main body of the single cell, which is still circular. There is the nucleus in the center of the single cell. And there is a pseudopod sticking straight out from the body of the single cell. There is no reason the single cell would have to extrude the pseudopod straight out from the main body of the cell. The single cell could make the pseudopod any shape it wanted to. The camera view of the single cell with the pseudopod sticking out will be changed as shown in this picture. This animation shows the pseudopod changing into a different shape. After the shape shifting, the pseudopod has a curved, hook-like shape. For the purposes of the demonstration, a duplicate single cell with a curved pseudopod is placed next to the original single cell with the curved pseudopod, as shown in this picture. Please take a moment to consider the possibilities presented by these 2 shapes. Next, the duplicate modified single cell will be turned upside down, as shown in this animation. There is only one final change to make to complete the demonstration. The duplicate single cell will be rotated and moved next to the original single cell, as shown in this animation. The 2 single cells with curved pseudopods fit together like 2 puzzle pieces. The 2 single cells fitted together have a circular shape. The majority of the circle is covered by the green color representing the main body of each of the cells. The red nucleus of each cell is still visible on the circle. The circle will be changed by removing the cell textures from the single cell objects and replacing them with solid colors as shown in this picture. One cell has been colored all white, and the nucleus of that cell was colored black. The other cell was colored all black, and the nucleus of that cell was colored white. This circular shape, with this particular pattern of color on it, is called the yin-yang symbol. The yin-yang symbol was developed by Asian people hundreds of years ago, a very long time before the creation of modern scientific thought or any kind of sophisticated scientific instruments. Why did the ancient Asian people create the yin-yang symbol to look as it does? Is it just a coincidence that the single cell from which all human life evolved can be changed with just a few simple manipulations into the yin-yang symbol created by ancient human beings hundreds of years ago? Or were ancient Asian people somehow aware that human beings evolved from a single cell floating in the ocean, and they used that knowledge to create the yin-yang symbol, which holds special meaning for Asian cultures even today, hundreds of years after its original creation?